everything changes in a single frame. When fans saw Amy in a wedding dress standing beside Nathan, the Heartland world exploded. It wasn't just a dress. It wasn't just a man by her side. It was what the trailer didn't show what they were, hiding in the background that made everyone stop and ask, is Ty actually back? The trailer opens softly. Amy walks across the field, her dress flowing in the wind. She's not alone. Nathan is walking beside her, holding her hand. The words on the screen say a new beginning. And for a second, it looks like Amy has moved on. But then, there's a cut. Just a second long, a figure standing in the distance, half hidden by trees, watching her. The shot is blurry, but Heartland fans pause the frame again and again. The outline is too familiar. The stance, the broad shoulders. It looks exactly like Ty. That one image has set the entire fandom on fire. Some say it's just a random extra. Others swear it's the return of Graham Wardle as Ty. But why would the show tease that silhouette if it meant nothing? Heartland doesn't play with emotions like that unless they're building up to something huge. And this season, it looks like they are. Amy's storyline in the trailer feels warm but strange. She's smiling with Nathan, but her eyes don't shine the way they used to. It's almost like she's pretending like there's something heavy in her heart. And in one fast cut, she turns around during the wedding rehearsal, gasps, and drops the flowers in her hand. The camera never shows what she sees, but fans believe it's someone who was never supposed to come back. Another clue. Jack's face. He's standing on the ranch porch in one quick scene, holding a photo. His hand is shaking. Behind him, Lou asks, "Do you think she's ready for this?" But Jack doesn't answer. He just stares at the picture in silence. Who is in that photo? Could it be a recent image of Ty, alive? The trailer ends with Amy in her wedding dress, alone in the barn. She looks up. Her voice, barely a whisper, says, "I thought you were gone." The screen cuts to black. No face. No answer. Just silence. And that silence? That's what's driving everyone wild. Because sometimes silence says more than words. And in Heartland Season 19, it might be the sound of Ty's return. Everyone sees Amy smiling. She laughs with Nathan. She rides horses like she always did. But if you look closer, something feels off. It's like she's wearing a mask, trying to convince the world and maybe herself that she's happy. Heartland has always been about healing, about family, about love that lasts. But this season, Amy's heart looks more like a puzzle that doesn't quite fit together. Since Ty's death, Amy has tried everything to stay strong. She raised Lindy. She helped others at the ranch. She smiled through pain. But deep down there was always that empty space, one that Nathan now seems to fill. At least, that's what the outside world thinks. Nathan is kind. He's calm. He listens when Amy talks and supports her at family dinners. Everyone around them says she deserves happiness. And they're right. But what if this happiness is only a shadow of the one she lost? The trailer shows them walking together in town, holding hands. Nathan even helps Lindy tie her shoes. He looks like the perfect match. But there are hints, quiet ones, that Amy's still not sure. In one scene, she watches a horse run across the field, tears in her eyes. Nathan comes behind her and asks, "You thinking about him again?" Amy says nothing. The silence speaks volumes. Then there's the scene where Amy is alone in her room, staring at a box under her bed. She opens it, and inside is Ty's old bracelet, the one he wore during their first trip to Mongolia. Her fingers tremble when she touches it. In the background, you can hear Nathan calling her name. She quickly closes the box and wipes her eyes. It's not a moment of guilt, it's a moment of conflict. Her heart is still holding onto something. Even the family seems unsure. Lou supports the relationship, but only because she thinks Amy needs a new chapter. Jack, however, is quiet. Too quiet. He watches Nathan with careful eyes, and in one shot, he's seen talking to Caleb in private. Whatever they're saying, it doesn't sound casual. It sounds serious. And it makes viewers wonder, what do they know about Nathan that Amy doesn't? As the wedding date draws near, Amy begins to question more. There's a powerful moment in the trailer where she stands in front of a mirror in her wedding dress. She looks stunning, but her smile fades fast. She whispers, "Is this real?" Then the camera cuts to a shadow passing outside the window. Again, no clear face. But the energy shifts. It feels like something or someone is coming. Something that could change everything. Amy may be walking toward a new beginning, but behind her, the past hasn't stayed buried. And in Heartland, the past always finds a way home. Nathan showed up like a calm breeze after a long storm. At first, he seemed perfect, gentle with Amy, respectful with Jack, playful with Lindy. But as the dust starts to settle, questions begin to rise. Why now? Why this man at this time, when Amy's heart is still fragile and the past isn't fully gone? The timing is too clean. The story he tells is too smooth. And that's where the trouble begins. In the trailer, Nathan appears, confident and composed. He offers Amy stability. He helps out on the ranch. He brings food for family dinners and fixes fences like he's always belonged. But there's something about him that feels too polished. When someone asked where he learned to train horses, he changed the subject. When Lou joked about his past relationships, he smiled but didn't laugh. Every answer he gives is safe, like someone hiding behind carefully chosen words. The fans noticed it first. A scene in the trailer shows Nathan standing near the barn on a call. His voice is low, and he walks away when Amy approaches. That alone might seem innocent, but he ends the call with the words, "She can't know yet." That one line changes everything. Who was on the other end? And what can Amy know? There's another scene that doesn't sit right. Caleb bumps into Nathan in town, and the tension is thick. Caleb says, "You're not who you pretend to be." Nathan just walks away, leaving behind an awkward silence. It's clear Caleb has doubts, and fans now wonder if he's trying to protect Amy from a secret bigger than she can imagine. Even Lindy picks up on something. In a touching moment, she asks Amy, "Why doesn't Nathan look happy when no one's watching?" Children notice what adults miss. Lindy's innocent question is heartbreaking and revealing. Nathan's smile disappears when he thinks he's alone. That's not a man deeply in love. That's someone keeping a truth buried. What if Nathan's appearance isn't random? What if he came to Heartland with a reason, with a past that links to Ty, or worse, to Ty's disappearance? Could Nathan know something Amy doesn't? Did he cross paths with Ty before? Maybe even during those missing years? The trailer flashes. A quick frame. Nathan staring at a photo, gripping it so tightly his hands shake. That photo? It looked like Ty and Amy. Taken years ago. There's no proof. Not yet. But something about Nathan isn't adding up. He may care for Amy, but is it real love? Or is he hiding behind it? Is he the man Amy should marry, or the reason Ty never came home? Heartland has never been just about love. It's about trust. And if Nathan breaks that trust, he won't just lose Amy. He'll break the family that was already holding on by a thread. Some people leave this world. Others leave a feeling that never fades. Ty wasn't just Amy's husband, he was her anchor, her best friend, the man who helped her believe in forever. And now, even though he's gone, something about season 19 whispers that he's still here, not just in memory, not just in dreams, but in ways that feel too real to ignore. The trailer doesn't scream it, but it hints. In moments so quick you might miss them. Amy walking past the old willow tree and stopping like someone called her name. A worn jacket hanging on the fence that no one remembers putting there. Lindy drawing a picture of a man with a beard and blue eyes. When Amy asks who it is, she says, "Daddy comes in dreams now, but I think he's waking up." It's a child's words, but they land like thunder. Jack's behavior also changes. The man who raised Ty, who saw him grow into the heart of the family, now walks quieter, stares longer. In one scene, he opens the barn door at night and just stands there. "I heard something," he tells Tim. But when Tim checks, there's no one. Or so it seems. Behind a stack of hay, the camera lingers, and for a second, a shadow moves. Lou tries to keep everyone focused on Amy's future with Nathan, but even she starts to question things. In the kitchen, she finds a letter, no name, no return address. Just for words, "Tell her I'm close." She thinks it's a prank. Jack doesn't. He keeps the letter and later burns it in the fire, staring into the flames like they speak. Fans believe these signs are not random. The man at the edge of the forest, The ring Amy finds in the riverbed, Ty's old wedding ring, scratched but whole. And then there's the horse. Wild, untamed, injured. Amy finds it near the mountains. It's wearing a saddle made by a specific craftsman, the same one Ty used before he disappeared. How did that saddle end up miles from town, days after Amy agreed to marry Nathan? All these clues lead to one feeling: that Ty's story isn't over. That the chapter we thought ended with pain might be opening again with mystery. Could Ty have survived and chosen to stay away to protect his family? Was he hiding from something or someone, and now he's ready to return? Or maybe he never left. Not fully. Grief doesn't always mean goodbye. And love that deep doesn't vanish into silence. In Heartland, the ones you've lost sometimes find a way back. And this season, Amy may face the one thing she never prepared for: not saying goodbye again, but having to choose all over again. Because Ty's shadow isn't just haunting the ranch it may be walking through it. A wedding is supposed to be a day of joy, but in Heartland season 19, it feels more like a storm building under clear skies. Amy in a white dress, flowers in her hand, walking down the aisle toward Nathan. On the surface, it's everything a family could hope for. But beneath the smiles, there's something cracking, something not right. And that something may shatter everything before Amy can say "I do." The trailer shows Amy and Nathan preparing for the big day. The barn is decorated with soft lights and wildflowers. Lou is busy organizing every detail, trying to hold the family together. Lindy is excited, holding a basket of petals. But Amy? Her face doesn't glow with certainty. She glances around often. Her smile wavers. There's a heavy silence in her eyes that no makeup or a camera angle can hide. Georgie arrives at the ranch in one powerful scene, rushing into the house and hugging Amy tightly. But later, she confides in Jack, saying she doesn't look sure. I think she's scared to say it out loud. Georgie has always had a strong bond with Amy. If she feels something is wrong, maybe it is. Maybe Amy is forcing herself to move on, even when her heart hasn't let go of the past. Then comes the rehearsal dinner. Everything seems peaceful until Caleb, clearly shaken, stands up and makes a quiet toast to love and to truth. No matter how hard it is, Amy looks down at her plate. Nathan grabs her hand, but she doesn't hold it back. And then comes the real twist: a knock on the barn door during the final rehearsal. Everyone turns. No one opens it. The trailer cuts just before the door swings wide. One of the most talked about moments is the slow-motion clip of Amy walking toward the altar. Music swells. Her dress flows behind her. Then, her steps stop. She looks ahead and drops her bouquet. Her mouth opens slightly, and tears fill her eyes, not of joy, but of shock. The trailer never shows who she sees, just her reaction. And that moment has fans tearing apart every second of the footage. Was it Ty? Was it someone bringing news about him? Or was it a truth that finally reached her at the worst possible time? In the days before the wedding, Amy finds an envelope in the stables with her name written in Ty's handwriting. She hides it in her dress pocket, afraid to open it. But on the morning of the ceremony, she finally reads it. The camera zooms in on her face, and all color drains from it. Whatever the letter says, it changes everything. She walks outside and sees Nathan, waiting with hope in his eyes. But her eyes say something else, something final. Weddings are meant to bring people together, but sometimes they reveal the cracks that never healed. And in Heartland season 19, Amy may have to choose between two kinds of love. One that is safe and steady, and one that once changed her whole world. And if Ty is truly back, standing just beyond the barn doors, this wedding might turn from a celebration into the most emotional decision of her life. For years, fans believed Ty was truly gone too soon, gone forever. But now, with season 19's trailer full of strange signs and hidden messages, something has changed. People aren't just mourning him anymore, they're searching for him. And in every corner of the Heartland story, pieces of a new puzzle are starting to form. A puzzle that whispers the same haunting question: what if Ty never died? It began with little things. A jacket left on the ranch fence, dirty and old, but it matched one Ty wore in season 13. A photo in Jack's hands burned in the fire, but shone just long enough to catch a glimpse of a familiar face. Even more strange, a voice on a phone call during the trailer. Just one line. I told you I'd find a way back. The voice isn't clear, but the tone? It sounds like Ty. It feels like him. Fans have flooded message boards with theories. One of the biggest? Ty was never buried. That the doctors declared him dead too early. That someone, maybe a secret group, maybe a person from Ty's past, took him away to save him. Some believe he was placed in a medical recovery unit off the grid, too weak to return. Until now. Another theory is darker. What if Ty disappeared for a reason? Maybe he knew something. Maybe he was in danger and staying away was the only way to protect Amy and Lindy. It wouldn't be the first time Ty risked everything for the people he loved. But if that's true, why come back now? What's changed? In the trailer, there's a quick flash of a man's hand reaching out to touch a horse Scarlet, Ty's favorite. The hand has a long scar across the knuckles. A detail fans remember from past seasons. Could that be him? Could Ty have returned quietly, hiding in the shadows, watching Amy from afar to see if it's safe? Then there's the river scene. Amy drops Ty's old ring into the water. She watches it sink. But in the next frame, that same ring appears on a table, wet but clean, resting beside a note. No signature, just two words: I'm close. Jack's behavior confirms the tension. He becomes silent, thoughtful, almost as if he's guarding a secret. When Lou questions him directly, asking, "Do you think he's alive?" Jack doesn't answer with words. He just nods once. A small nod but heavy with meaning. The idea of Ty being alive isn't just hope anymore. It's becoming a thread too thick to ignore. Too many signs. Too many coincidences. And if he truly is alive, it's not just a return, it's a reckoning. He's coming back to a world that moved on without him. Amy's about to marry someone else. Lindy barely remembers his voice. And the family has learned how to live through the pain. But what if Ty walks back into that world? What will Amy choose? Her future or her past come back to life? Heartland doesn't do cheap drama. It builds emotion like a slow fire, and in season 19, that fire may finally reveal the truth we thought was buried. Ty's fate is no longer sealed. It's still unfolding. The trailer ends with a single moment: Amy, dressed in white, standing in the middle of the barn, eyes wide, frozen in place. Someone has just entered. We don't see the face. We only see her reaction. Her lips part, her breath catches, her hands tremble, and then the screen cuts to black. It's not just suspense, it's a promise. Everything in season 19 leads to this question: who will Amy choose? Nathan stands at the altar. He's ready. His love is steady, his heart open. He wants to build a future with Amy and Lindy. For many, he's a safe harbor after a storm. He's been kind, patient, always there. But is love supposed to be safe? Or is it meant to burn? Because if Ty is alive, if he walks through those barn doors at the last second, then nothing will be the same again. Amy's entire world will shift in a heartbeat. The man she mourned, the man she waited for in her heart, might be standing in front of her once more. And this time, she has to choose, not just between two men, but between two lives. The trailer gives no answer. It leaves us hanging on Amy's face. The tears in her eyes are not just from happiness or shock, they're from fear. Fear of making the wrong choice. Fear of hurting the people she loves. Fear of following her heart and breaking someone else's. Lou, Jack, Tim, each of them reacts in different ways throughout the trailer. Lou wants Amy to be happy, even if it means letting go of the past. Jack remains silent but watchful, his wisdom showing in few words and long stares. Tim tries to push Amy towards stability, thinking it's the best thing for Lindy. But none of them can make this decision for her. Georgie, in one of the most emotional scenes, tells Amy, "Love doesn't come back unless it still belongs to you." That line echoes like a truth that can't be ignored. And Lindy, her voice, sweet and small, says something that might break every heart watching. "Can I have two daddies?" A question innocent in words but heavy with meaning. Heartland season 19 isn't just about Ty's return or a new love with Nathan. It's about what happens when the heart is pulled in two directions, one toward comfort, the other toward a love that once felt impossible. It's about grief, healing, and the cost of moving forward. Amy's choice will not only decide her future, it may change everything we thought we knew about Heartland. Whether she says "I do" or runs into the arms of a man thought lost forever, This season promises one thing: the heart remembers what it wants. And when Ty's shadow turns into flesh, Amy must follow that memory to its end.